Tonight, I'm honestly doing something that makes me a little nervous. I'm about to post my mural side hustle publicly in local Facebook groups to see if anyone in my community will actually hire me to paint their kid's wall. And I genuinely have no idea if anyone will respond. In this video, I will show you exactly how I search for Facebook groups, which groups I chose and why, how many groups I plan to post in today, and then I'll actually post my mural offer in those groups for the very first time. I've never posted in Facebook groups before, mostly because I'm a very private person, so you can see how this might bring me outside my comfort zone. Let's get started. If you're new here, I'm Wes. I'm a full-time teacher. I'm a dad trying to build a mural side hustle from scratch after bedtime. Most of the murals that I've painted so far have been inside my own house, practicing, experimenting, building a small portfolio. But if this is ever going to turn into a real business, I have to put it out there and see if someone will actually pay me to paint their kid's wall. So the first step is trying to find the right Facebook groups to post my mural offer. I started searching for things like local community groups, town groups, parenting groups, buy, sell, things in my area, those kind of groups. But I didn't want to post anywhere. I wanted to post to groups that were actually active. So the two things I looked for were groups that at least had a couple thousand members. So at least like 2,000 or more members in it. Groups that had 10 plus posts per day. Because if a group is active, that means more people are actually seeing posts. I ended up choosing a few public groups with over 2,000 members that have daily activity. It was actually pretty encouraging to see that a few of my neighbors were actually members in these groups too. That wasn't a deal breaker for me, but it did make me feel a whole lot better that this whole thing feels a little bit more real. One decision I went back and forth on was whether I should post from my business page or my personal profile page. Originally, I planned to post from my Walls by Wes business page on Facebook, but I realized something. When you're starting a local service business, people usually feel more comfortable when they see an actual person behind the post. So instead of posting from my business page, I'm posting from my personal account, and then if someone responds, I can direct them to my Walls by Wes page. As a disclaimer, I just wanted to point out that I did try to join these groups a day prior to making this video. It takes a day to get approved for a lot of these groups to be able to join these groups. So the very first search that I even put in, I put my local city, followed by the phrase, community groups. I found some, prospective groups that I could join. One of them in particular had over 7,000 members. It had 40 plus posts a day. It was the title of the whole thing had like my local city and said classifieds bulletin board. So I immediately clicked on that one. And as I was trying to join it, it did have a little request to participate form I had to fill out. I had to give like a little reason why I wanted to join the group. And I also had to answer a question that they had just to make sure that I wasn't a bot. But as I kind of went back to my searches, I found some other groups that, might be a good group for me to join. I found another one. It was titled with the same local city with the county. It said buy and sell. It had over 5,000 members, had 90 plus posts a day. So I clicked on that one. This one didn't have the disclaimer where I had to get approval by filling out some sort of form. But within a day, I was accepted in all the groups that I joined. I think I joined like 4 or 5 of them. And actually one of the groups was kind of nice. The admin, what they did was they made a particular post that included all the names of the people that they approved within the last day to join their group, which is kind of nice, kind of get a little shout out. So here's the post I'm planning to share in these groups, and I kept it pretty simple. Hi everyone, I'm a local teacher and dad starting a custom kids mural side business, and I'm opening a few spots for hand-painted wall designs. If you've ever thought about turning a blank wall into something special for a nursery, bedroom, or playroom, I'd love to connect. You can learn more and fill out a short inquiry form here. I included a Google link, or feel free to send me a direct message. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I've also decided to include a couple photos of murals I've already painted so people can see my style. I kind of covered this in my last video, but I did create that inquiry form as like a Google form just to, ask things like wall size, theme ideas, timeline, budget range. That way if someone is interested, I can understand the project before even starting the conversation. All right, well, I'm about to post this in a few of these groups and see what happens, but I am fully anticipating 0 responses. But at the same time, it does take just one parent thinking, wow, that would be really cool for my kid's room. If you want to follow along as I see if anyone responds and I build this mural side hustle from scratch, please subscribe. It really helps me keep this journey going. All right, so I'm on the group page, or one of the group pages that I plan on posting my mural offer on. I'm going to click on the Write Something section. I'm going to copy and paste in my mural offer with my description that I had mentioned before with the Google form. I'm going to add a few pictures of some murals that I've done in the past, and I'm only going to add this to one more group. I'm only going to post to 2 groups today. I'll probably post to 2 more groups 2 days from now or a couple days from now, just as like a trial and error. If I get a couple responses, I may not post to the other groups right away. I might just hold off. But all right, here we go. Click post. Okay, it's officially out there. Now we wait. This is one of those moments where you either get absolutely nothing or suddenly this idea starts becoming real. These local groups and these local Facebook groups are mostly parents in the community, which makes them the perfect place to start something like this, because parents are the exact people who might be looking for a mural in a nursery or a kid's bedroom or a playroom. I also got some really good news this week. My wife's cousin told me that I would be able to paint their kids' rooms while they're away, which means that I would be able to paint them and work on them at night. And honestly, that is perfect because this entire mural business is basically being built after bedtime. So now 2 things are happening at once. I'm waiting to see if anyone responds to these Facebook posts, and I'm waiting for the design details so I can start planning these kids' room murals. I have no idea if anyone will respond to these posts, but I am documenting this entire process of building this mural side hustle from scratch, one wall at a time.